Welcome to the Four Corners series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We're picking up on the 5th of September 1928. Historically, the Soviet Union is now completely under the thumb of Stalin, and he is trying to rebuild the economy with these massive centralized plans to industrialize the country. And of course, the biggest one of all is the collectivization of farming. In the short term, that process will have negative impacts on society, and it will lead to quite substantial food shortages. But I think in the long term it does start to turn the country around. But of course, it's also worth noting that this is the point where, from the perspective of our small community, trade now starts to increase with other parts of the USSR. So we're going to be able to start exporting what we produce. But at the same time, if we had contacts with the NATO countries or the Western countries, that trade will now start to decline quite rapidly, and within a year or two there'd be virtually no trade with the West. And I think from the perspective of the game, and if we'd had a connection to NATO, this is the point where we'd no longer get access to Western vehicles, and we'd be totally dependent on the production from the Soviet Union. But of course, we don't have a connection to the NATO, which is a bit of a weakness in this series. And I mean, to be honest, if I did another 1900 early start, I'd choose a starting location that had both trading capabilities with NATO and the Soviet Republic. And on that basis, I just want to show you something else here. And this actually leads into a comment from Snafu about fire engines, and you can see at the moment I've got no Soviet fire trucks, and I looked up on my list, and I think we might get access to a fire truck in about late 1928, 1929, going into the 30s. But one thing I do want to show you, I don't think it's an ambulance, it's a road crane here. There's actually a new mod out from Novu who's introduced a steam version of many of the base vehicles now, and you can see this is available from 1907 to 1963, which is similar to the horse-drawn vehicles. And what we've got here is a steam crane. I'll just flip quickly through. There's no ambulance. We've got a steam bulldozer. There's a not a bus. You've got a steam concrete mixer. You can see it's actually got a little bit more carry capacity, more importantly, a little bit more speed. And we've now got a steam covered hole. We've got nothing but dry bulk. We've got a steam dumper, steam bulldozer. Bulldozer acts as, we come here, you actually see the bulldozer acts as an excavator, a bulldozer, snowplow, and for sowing. And we can see we've got the steam hole, which is the open hole. No fire truck. We've got a steam combine here as well, which you can see would have been available in 1907. We got a steam-driven oil tanker, which looks pretty useful. And of course we got no paver. We just got these guys here, which I got there. Of course, we've got the personal car that arrived in the previous video. We've got no steam-driven refrigeration, which makes sense. Steam-driven road crane. Of course, we've got the snowplow, and then we got this here. Looks like we got a traffic jam. It's probably when my gravel store. Yep. Now, I did also get a comment about my toolbar up here, the fact that I've got very different cancel road and rail connections up here. And the reason they're up here is more out of habit than anything else. But what I will be doing is changing this toolbar as my requirements change. At the moment, I'm still trying to make up my mind what I actually want up here. I think from road and rail is probably the good starting point. Now I want to talk about why I didn't play on through the winter, because I've got a feeling this winter is going to be quite crucial, because at the moment our population is 2,852, and if you see down here, we're just kind of hanging on by our fingertips. Also, our average loyalty is still 33%, but if I show you the loyalty, you can hopefully you'll see that the addition of the cars now, it's a bit difficult to see the white text against the white buildings, but what you'll see is that getting those cars to our security police seems to have solved the problem with the question marks, and it's now starting to lift some of our loyalty. You can see we've now got to 37% here, so that means that we should be able to now start pushing up some of these to 30%, hopefully, so that we can start improving our overall education. Then Our university is 35. And if we come over to here, and I'm not sure what the loyalty in this area is, but I think getting those cars has certainly made a very big difference. So you can see here, this is up to 35% as well. So we're just going to start getting our more loyal people. You have 30%. I think the school, you have 30%. I don't want to push it too hard at the moment, simply because I think we could get a growing problem if I push it up too high, because we just don't have a big enough workforce to draw from at the moment. But I do want to. You have 35. I think you could be quite good. University's 35. Our security here is 30. You're 30. And you're 25. I think we can push you up to 30. I think the other problem I've noticed is that I've got a lot of children here. Some of them are not getting educated. And I think that's probably because I've had so many escapees and deaths, because I don't know if I can show it, but my average lifespan dropped about 10 years in the last part. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I can show, can we get stats on average lifespan? If I push this back, so if we go back to, we go right back almost to, now if you look at the chart, if you move back 2 bars, you'll see there's a dip there, which is, I think, which is what caused the population crash. So that my average lifespan dropped down to about 70, and then that caused the problem there. I'm just going to speed the game up. Now this video is going to be a kind of mixture of just watching the population and the progress with jobs, because we need to get our collective farm built up here, and also doing a little bit of planning. One thing I will show you is that this small farm up here actually picked up this field here, and it's actually started harvesting, and we've got this big field here, but I doubt very much if we're going to get the crops from there. So it looks a bit like it requires workers. So at the moment, we may end up with a massive surplus if we can get all the crops harvested from here. Requires workers. I'm not seeing a tractor in here. I'm not sure. Is there? Maybe we just got some random workers managed to get in here. But at the moment, the progress building this is very slow, so I'm not convinced I'm going to be able to get this up and running for next season. The other thing I've also remembered is that we need some power up here. So what I've done is I've put in 2 wind turbines here. I know some of you are going to cringe, but I want to get this farm operating as quickly as possible. And then hopefully we will get a few things done. Up here, we are still kind of trundling away, putting together our kind of large cattle field here. We've got our fire again. As Snafu said, it's a blue. Oh, this could be bad news. We could lose one of our oil pumps. Come on, guys. Is the fire brigade? Of course, he's stuck behind. We could lose our. This could be a close run thing. He's effectively stuck here. Come on. I think we're gonna have to start trying to. Where's this guy go? Come. Come. As I say, as Snafu said, I do really need to get some better fire engines, but we don't have any just at the moment. Luckily that happened now. If it had been winter, we could have been in serious trouble. That was close. Very, very close. Now we're currently building our power plant here, and something I am kind of thinking about is we're building a couple of houses here, and what I would like to do is we're going to put a little footpath, not concrete based railway. What I'd like to do is get a footpath through there. What I'm thinking is that I put a little bus stop down here, but what I'd like to do is possibly get a bus stop up here. How far can you walk? Yeah, I mean, we could put a bus stop, say about here. And I think we could just put a small one. No, it's quite big actually, isn't it? I mean, 6.3 tons of steel. And if we can put a small one just there, and then put a footpath in here as well. I doubt if you could map this to the hotbar, but if you manage to do it, feel free to tell me. I don't want to buy it. I've got to preserve my cash at the moment because we need to get those exports running. And the reason I'm putting a bus stop here is because we're going to need to bring workers up to here, get our power plant working. And I think what I would like to do now is start planning my national grid. The grid actually comes out that way. That's a little bit unfortunate. So we're going to have to kind of come out in a... Well, we're going to need a connection that way. I don't know whether we could put a power transformer here. So we're going to need to run power right across the map here. I'd like to build this all into a continuous industrial area eventually. I think I suppose the first thing I could do is we're going to need a power takeoff to go this way to expand our city. So if I come in here, we put a power transformer say about here. Like that. I'm going to keep the gravel roads. I'm going to go full on 18 megawatts here. And we're going to have to kind of curve round. We have to try and stretch you. I'm going to put you there. Right. I'm going to have to try and get... That's a bit better, isn't it? So we'll get some power connections to there. So once the power starts, so that'll be our first power connection, and then that will take the power in that direction. And that means that what we should be able to do we got these turbines. I mean, it'd be good to bring these turbines into usage. We've got one there. I'm not sure if electricity will flow in two directions. I think probably from a starting perspective where I have a power substation in here. So if we put it about there, actually, if we put it next to the bus station like that, have to zoom in close. We got everything all over the place at the moment. I can't actually see what I'm trying to see. Yeah, we're just going to have to put this in, and then I'm just going to have to try and get the connection in best I can. Actually, I'm going to split it. I'm going to put one over here. We need to get power into this area here. So we're going to put one about there, and then put another one out about here. And then, I mean, it'd be brilliant to bring these wind turbines online, but we could try and do it if we put a medium voltage switch in like that, say there. I'm not sure if this will actually work, but we put you in about there, then we'll just put a mud road out like that to there. And then we can probably don't, well, yeah, this is going to be heavy industry, so I'm going to put in the maximum 2.35 there. Plus this can generate power, so actually we'll, and then we'll just take you down to there. What that means is that this wind turbine can make a contribution. We can get that connected there. And we do the same here. We could say if I put a, I mean, it's debatable whether this is worth the effort, but we're going to give it a go. So we can put you there. That can go there. Electricity problem, yes, I know. We'll put you there, and we'll send you up, probably across to there, up to there, and hook you into there. Now we've got 2 wind turbines here. Let's go away. I come to mods. Can't remember where the power substations is. Power transformers. We just see windmill organizer. We've got this windmill organizer here. So I could put just in here like that. And we can hook this so there like that, and then we can put you there, there, and then I want that, sorry. I'll take you away. What I'm going to do is, I know it's not strictly, but we're going to go underground, so we're going to have to go here. The reason I'm going underground here is that I'm going to want to build through here. Of course, the advantage of doing this is that we can start to connect these up before the power station is finished, because we've still got quite a lot of, well, I don't know, the power station's not doing too bad. And what we can do is start to bring in the power from these different areas here and connecting things up. And that would be our first connection. I could send a grid power supply all the way around the top here. Yeah, I think that might work, but let's just see what's going on. Also, our population. So our population is actually creeping up. There's loyalty. Apologies, I've just had to pause the video while I had a bit of a conversation. But what we're going to get back to now is what we were considering was the getting power over to here, this area, and I think maybe we could get away with it if I say, for example, we've got this road here, and I was half considering pushing a road out this way. So I'm going to push a road out dead straight here. Actually got some gravel there as well. We might be able to turn that into something quite useful as well. And I'm kind of thinking that if I accept that, then what we could do is put in a major substation. I mean, something tells me that we're probably going to need to rework some of this sometime in the future anyway. So if I put, say, this here, like that, and then we can, if I can put another one, let's say, up here, like that, and then we're a mud road there. I know I'm using mud roads, but can put you there. Yes, I know electricity is a problem. So we got that there. If I can put an HT wire, I think going this way, I don't think we need the full 18 because this is like going in a direction of a bit of a blind alley. Now I know this isn't much of a kind of power grid, but oops, that's all. Yeah, let's just cancel it. Kind of, I think I didn't realise that that field was in the way, so I think we're run to about there. Then we'll run. If we run, I want to keep clear away from that. What we call it, last chance to buy. Okay, we're gonna have to come in here and run across the top of this field here. We'll run to there like that, and except, oops. So what that will do is give us the ability to run some low tension cables into this area. Actually, I think I'm going to change my mind a little bit. I'm going to take you out across here for the moment, because I've just had a little bit of a thought. I'm just going to sneak you out like that. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to mods, and I'm going to put a four-way switch in here, just about here. And then we'll connect this up with road out like that, there. And we'll come back to here. You can connect to there. And then he can connect across to there. What that does is give us the ability to send power that way and power down this way, which means I need to voltage. We're gonna take this out here. Yeah, the loyalty's too low because people have moved in. We'll just have to take a look at that in a minute. I'm going to upgrade this to 18. And we're going to take this out to about here. On you, I think we will run you pretty wide and then into there like that. But what that will do is give us a high tension cable to here, which will then, this splitter will allow us to bring a low one down into this area should we need it, and also allow us to send power this way, and it will also allow us to get some control in this area. So we've got the beginnings of our national grid in place now. What we need to do is just start trying to bring it all together. Now the message that I keep getting here is it says, and the reason for this is that what you'll find is that this is low because we've only got a couple of people in here. One thing I have noticed is that it's whenever you get the first person move into a building, you always get this message. It says their loyalty is too low. It's probably because they're, I mean, we probably look at them. If we, oh, what have we got here? They're all probably quite young. Let me just see. Let me just pause the game so we can see. He's age 22. They're 22. They're 21. And what these are is the new over 21s moving into the building automatically. And because they're all young, that means that their loyalty is still quite low. And that's the reason why you get that message there. So that's but it's nothing to worry about as such. Let me just check. I was going to see how our loyalty is going now, actually. Still 33%. Yeah, see, we've still got 29% here. I think there's also part of the problem at the moment is we've got probably quite a young population out here. Because most of the population losses I had have been in here. You can see we're still kind of just... It looks like we're still actually... We could be losing some pop. Yeah, I think this is the area where we're actually need to build up. I think New Hope's okay. Yeah, I think New Hope's building up and recovering. Oh, it's not brilliant. Have we actually lost population? Yeah, deaths again. The average lifespan has dropped again. It's almost like when we move into winter, the average lifespan drops down to 76 from 81. And then it goes there. So is there a difference? Let me just see. Yeah, see, the average lifespan has dropped by about 5 years ago. And when that happens, you get a bit of a problem with a surge. But I can't see any problems with the buildings. The only thing I can think of is that we need to improve the quality of the accommodation. See, there's no complaints there. I mean, if there's going to be any complaints, I would expect them to be up here. But, I mean, everyone's got what they want. I mean, true health is a bit of an issue. And one thing I'm thinking of is that given the way that the vehicles can wander around, what I would like to do is if we could find if there's any unemployment. Say if we got any unemployment in here, let's just check the mayor's office. Because what I'd like to do is actually build a proper hospital to show the benefits of the Communist Party. And probably the best place to build one would be here, wouldn't it? Actually, I think we're going to knock you down. And we'll just trim out this bit of road here. And I think we're going to put a proper, wow. You got anything that maybe not quite, well, how many people have we got here? This will have a staff of 50 can treat 100 patients. Right, so if we take this down as well, I think it's time for the Communist Party to assert its authority and say that the population needs better accommodation, everything like that. But I think we will get a hospital on this corner here. Actually, if we put it that way round, we'll probably have to build some houses out here to provide a workforce, but that's okay because we can kind of build them around this loop here. There's no industry in this area, so I think we're going to get our first hospital in as well. And what we could do then is pull in our ambulances and see if we can get anything going. Should just see if any vehicles have sneaked up on me. No, actually, probably the easiest way to do it is this way. Traffic jam, energy problem, last chance to buy. What was that? Thank you, game. So we've now lost access to our oil tanker. Does that mean we've got no more oil tanks? Yeah, we're down to the steam-driven oil tanker now. There is part of me that says that, considering the fact that some of these vehicles in the early part have such short lifespans, that I do wonder if there is a case to say that you can get in, make all vehicles available and then just work within the time frames. That might be an option. Anyway, actually, I haven't checked up here for a little while. How are you guys doing? No blueprint production, yes. Because I don't really feel the need to produce anything just at the moment. How are we doing crop-wise? We got still getting a fair amount of crops in here. We got our trucks. I mean, these guys are doing pretty well, actually. You know, considering the fact that they've now got to come all the way out round here to drop off because we've got no storage up here. And wow. This is the reason why I'm just letting the game run and I'm just talking about planning and bits and pieces like that, because I feel that what we can do is just carry on working the way we are at the moment. So we've now got connection out to here. We can get this going. And of course, our first place we're going to have power is up here. Hopefully. How's our oil refinery go? Right, so have you got... He's got a nice supply of crops in here. And we've got a surplus of food here. Well, hopefully we've got a surplus of food and some meat. That's good. Our economy is, let's check this. So our economy is kind of crawling up very, very slowly. I think probably because our biggest import is steel. Can't see any way around that until we've got this online. So this has to be the focus of what we're doing. This and the collective farm. I mean, the hospital is a nice to have. And we've got Titus excavators working on that. Let me just see. You have bulk supply on here? No, you don't. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we've got to get into the habit of pressing 1. We're just going to assign you to that. Because what this shows green, even if only one of them's allocated. So it's something that you need to remember. You've got that there, you've got that there. I think these guys might be, although at the same time we don't have a great demand for fuel, and of course we've got 300 tons sat here. So what we really need here is the workforce, but the problem is our population is falling. We have a population collapse, we're going to be in real trouble. It's that average lifespan. It seems to drop by kind of 5 or 6 years every winter, and what that does is you can see down the bottom there it says the death rate just goes all the way up. So all the gains we get during the summer are lost when we go into the winter, which is kind of giving a bit of stagnation, because I can't think of any other way to improve people's hit. When we've got a small increase in population here, everyone is happy. Let me just check. See, look, we've got 100% happiness. I just wonder whether it is the low loyalty that reduces that lifespan. This is happy. Again, the loyalty here just needs work. Of course, as the population drops, we lose people here, the way things are going. Okay, guys, I thought I'd just spend a little bit of time just looking around to see if I can identify any problems. And you can see here the loyalty is still between 32 and 33%. You can see, we've got a little bit of an issue with culture, but I think that's down to winter, and we got plenty of we didn't get as many crops into here as I was hoping for, but we do have quite a lot of crops over here. But what we're going to need to do is try and kind of improve our production. But at the same time, I just don't want to blow this money here, because you can see why did we lose money last week? It's probably importing steel. But I think this is the balance we're going to have to strike, is between trying to get some steel in and to build what we need here, because I think this power plant is going to be quite important. The problem is that there's not much point in doing the power plant if we can't get things going. Just wonder, what I am gonna do is, where's the dumper crew? Bulk supply. I'm gonna put you on auto search, take off this. I'm just gonna put you on footpaths and buildings, and then I'm gonna take all this out. I need to control this bit, but I think what we're going to need to do is just kind of get this guy working on all the footpaths, and we're going to kind of push you out to 3,000. We've got a connection to the cattle field. I think we could leave the cattle field in, and I think if we just leave this guy on supplying all the gravel and asphalt to the roads and pathways around here, that might actually improve the situation a little bit. But we have got bulk supply here. The downside with all these fragmented bits and pieces, it's a bit difficult to work out what things are. So if we come here, see what Titus road crews are working on. You're working on that. Looks like you don't have actually, as a collective group, you don't seem to have that much going for you. I think what we could do is you got a wind turbine there. I think we could get them working on that and that. What we might be able to do is get a little bit of a power supply going to here, which could then help. And you working on over here. I'll get you working on that. It's too far for these guys to go over here. So I think what we'll do is, oh, we need this. We can't build this, so we need that built. I think we'll just get them working on these roads at the moment, so that we can get some of this power distribution working. New construction office pathway, yes I know. Has this got a connection? Yeah, it has. I think we'll start putting that together as well. We'll just let the game run. I've just been looking around. I'm kind of thinking we're going to need some sewing equipment. I'm just wondering. I want that. I want the blueprints. I'm just wondering how much it would cost for one of these, the blueprint. 273,000. It would wipe me out completely, wouldn't it? Now, one of the things that was talked about in, I think it's community report. One of the things that was talked about in the latest community report is the fact that they've actually reduced the inflation rate from 15% to 5%. I think that would make a big difference, but of course it's a little bit late now. I don't think that will probably take effect. Well, it certainly won't take effect in this playthrough. So let's come up here and check what's going on up here. So we are asphalt, missing asphalt. Are you delivering asphalt? Or are you delivering gravel? What's the bulk supply guys here? Oh, you're over here now, aren't you? Because I moved you. You're in here somewhere. Oh, there you are, in amongst all the trees. What? Yeah, I know you've got factory connections, Wow. You're working on this area here. We're putting that together. You're working on that and that. On the 16th of December at the moment. Working on that. We'll just got this road being built. How's the what we call it coming in? So we've got right, I think we can put Titus workers on here because we got here, we need concrete. So I think we could probably build these cattle fields at the moment. So no available construction offers in range. Okay, I don't care. Doesn't this actually have a... I thought that was connected. Let's just check this. I think this is okay, we'll just have to get these guys to do it again. It's not connected. It could be a little bit embarrassing. I mean, this one's connected. Population is still creeping down. You can see we're getting more deaths than births, so it's not like we're getting masses of escapees. So we're having a few escapees. That's probably also due to the low loyalty. But it's that lifespan. See, we're down to 70 now, so we've lost nearly 10 years, and that's what's killing our population, because our older population is just, because it says the average lifespans, that the average lifespan drops, that actually increases the probability of people dying. This could end badly. Let's check the loyalty again. These have got 36, these have got 29, these have got 27. These, I mean, the loyalty here is, I mean, the average is over 30 for all these. Again, the loyalty seems to be stuck here as well. You just can't seem to get that loyalty up. We've got students in the auditorium here at 19, but they're being educated by people of should be 35, above 35% loyalty. Hopefully these will start. See, these have all got very low loyalty. All our younger population or generation. So why are these not? It's going to be a difficult one. Very, very difficult. And my short video alarm has gone off. So, and the fact that I'm running out of things to say, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. What I will do is play on through the rest of the winter to see how it is going to be like in the spring. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.